In this video, we will first load Places.csv. I will leave the link in the description box below. And once we load that standard procedure, you can just load it into Power Query and then load it into Power BI Desktop. And once you do that, the file is going to appear on your Power BI Desktop. The reason why we are doing this video is we just wanted to take a detour. And in the Places.csv file, we have latitude and longitude. And I was just trying to think about problem statement where if you have a latitude and longitude of two different places, is it possible for us to find the distance between them? I was looking around and I think I've found a couple of examples, and I'm trying to replicate those examples. I think there are a couple of people who have done this in Power BI DAX, so I'm just trying to replicate them. I have loaded the Places CSV onto the Power BI Desktop, as you can see. Now, if I want to create a relationship with my main dataset, which is UFO sightings, I can do that, but I think it is the cardinality is many to many. So for now, I'll just drop that idea. So what I can do is I will create a couple of tables extra, because if you want to find a distance between 2 points, you need from and to. So let me just create another table. It's a very simple summarized column statement. Pass the whatever columns which I want. Initially, I will take 4 columns from the Places file which we have just loaded and create that table. So the table is ready. We see that all those 4 columns are appearing. This is a new table, which is a disconnected table. And also I will try to create another new table, which is countries. It will just have all the countries from this Places.csv, the country names. Again, I've looked at an example. I'm just trying to replicate the example which was found on the internet. As you can see, this is the second table where the country column has all the countries. So far so good. Let us try to look at the model view. In the model view, you can see that these two obviously are disconnected for now, these two tables which we just created, and they are not connected to any of the tables in our model view. So let us try to do some changes here. Now that these are the 3 tables which we are going to work with, I thought we are going to kind of find out if we can find the distance between 2 points on whatever data set we have, right? We have latitude and longitude. So let us try to drag the country onto the places, and we try to make the connections between the places and the country column, country tables rather, and also try to make the same for the from city table too. So we have a connection relationship from country to places and country to from city. So those 2 tables, and there is no direct connections, direct relationship between places and from city. I think this should be good. I'm just trying to follow that example which I found on the internet. So this is how that example was explaining. So the relationship is set now. So now that we have that part, let us try to make changes here. Let us try to make sure that the data category of latitude and longitude in all those tables are properly assigned to latitude and longitude. Make sure that it is not summarized, so that those are the data categories which are required for us to create a map and all in the next report page. So once we do that, we'll try to create a new measure in the places table which we have just downloaded. So let us try to create a measure, and this measure is a simple measure. So basically what we are trying to do is we are trying to get a minimum from city, latitude and longitude, and also we'll try to imagine that this Places CSV is kind of a destination. So treat it as a 2 table. So this is kind of little bit complicated formula. I think Haversine formula or something. I'm not expert in this trigonometric functions, but this is the formula which I found, which will help you to kind of calculate the distance given 2 sets of latitude and longitude, 2 different points. So 3959 is the number of miles, the radius of Earth. So pass that. Once you create this measure, pause the video and look at it. Code wise it is simple, but the formula is probably is complicated. So once we do that, commit to it, and also let us try to kind of look at the data set. We have those things appearing here. So we have your countries and we have your summarize. summarize these columns, we have the from city table too. So I've added state again to that from city table, so that I wanted to see this country, state, and city wise. So this is the final visual which I made, a report page, which has two slicers up there. You have your country, you have your state. As you can see, country, if you click on the data, you see this country is coming from, obviously, from the countries table. Perfect. And also, if you see the next slicer, which is the state, which is also, if you click on the data, it is going to come from the state, from the from city table. So those are the two things. So that way, if user is selecting the country and state, also the city, and that's the third slicer which we have here. I've also added the search option. The city is coming from the from city. So those three columns are coming from the same table. A country is different, state and city are coming from the same table. And also I've added another thing, clear slicers, all slicers, so that if user makes any kind of selections by control clicking on that clear all slicers, those selections will be removed. So that is what we wanted. And when we see the table visual up there, it's there are three columns. You can see there: city, description, and distance in miles. So description is the measure which I have created, a simple one. Distance in miles is, we have already just created that measure. So if you go to description, I just wanted to add another thing here, so that if you select any city, and if the user selects any city, you want from and to, right? So that is what exactly the description is. You have the distance, selected value from city, and to selected value from places. So this is very simple thing. You can pause and look at code for the description. And also at the same time, if you can revisit the measure which you have created, it's also a good idea. So like I said, math is kind of I'm trying to skip that math part. It's looked a little bit complicated, trigonometric functions and all, cosine, sine and all. So it's simple. So now that we are ready, let us try to go step by step and look at what we have created here. So again, I have made sure that the city is, I'm using the top advanced and go to TopnN, get the bottom 25, so that any given point of time you make any selections on your slicers, you're going to get the nearest nearby cities. Rather, nearby bottom 25 will give you the nearby cities from the selections you made. So similarly, the same thing for the map visual too. And I've added those things, city and latitude and longitude. Automatically it has to be on average. If you are adding any location data, it has to be an average. So I've added location city, so that you hover over, you'll be able to see. This is how the when you hover over any kind of data point, this is how it looks. Let us try to check it out. Let us make the selections country as USA. And once you do that, obviously only the states from USA will be popping up here. So let us try to select Alaska, and let us try to select city as Anchorage. So when you sort the distance from distance in miles column from lowest to higher, obviously from Anchorage to Anchorage is 0 miles. And if you hover over any of the point, you can see the distance from Anchorage to that point. So that is exactly the left table visual is also describing. And also if you hover over any of those points on those map points, that is what it is showing. So let us try to clear the slicers and try to again look at the filters what I have applied, so that you get your bottom 20 up there. If you want 25 also, you can do it, and that is the nearest cities whenever the selection is made, right? If you select a city on that, that is what it is. And I've tried to verify it. So because again, this is in degrees, I think maybe you might have to convert that into radians. But for now, I think when I added those latitude and longitude for these things, it is checking out. It is coming to 29.364. I just move this. So distance from Anchorage to Wasilla is 29.31, which we've got. It is 29.36. I think the calculations are correct. But again, as I said, these are degrees, latitude, and if you want, you might have to change them into, convert them into radians. So I think this is one of the things which I thought maybe look at it and calculate distance between 2 points.